Hey pretties, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Tanya and I film all kinds of pink, girly, beauty, fashion, and lifestyle videos on this channel. So if that's something you're into, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and push bell notifications so you don't miss any of my videos. I am a little rusty at filming right now. It's been a little bit since I've done a video and that's mainly due to a lot of stuff going on right now, but one of them is the big elephant in the room, the question I've been getting all over Instagram. That's what this entire video is going to be about. I posted for you guys to ask me questions for a Q&A video. Most of them were about this, so I figured I'm just going to do an entire video and maybe like a little mini series with my experience, vlogs, and recovery for my breast augmentation. I'm not even going to do a disclaimer because I feel like this is something I wanted to do for myself. It's something that made me happy. It's something that I did a lot of research for 10 years. I understand all the risks, all the complications that can happen, all of the stories I've seen on YouTube, internet, whatever, of girls who were either happy or were not happy with them for whatever reason it may be, whether it be illness, whether it be aesthetic reasons. I've seen it all. So I feel like I don't owe an explanation nor a disclaimer to anyone for doing something that made me happy, given that I am an adult that understands the risks and that understands everything that comes with doing such a procedure, including the judgment and all the other stuff that may not have anything to do with like the procedure itself, just that people that like to pass judgment and like to, you know, be mad about how other people live their lives. But we're not doing that on this channel. So I'm just going to get straight into the Q&A. If this kind of video is not something that you want to see, it's not something you're interested in, it's not something you agree with, I am not doing this to promote it because I feel like this is such a personal decision every woman has to make for themselves. I'm not here to influence you to do it either. I just got a ton of questions from you guys, people that are already interested in such a thing, that want to know information, and that's what this video is for. That's who this video is for. I'm not here to convince you to do this. I'm not here to talk you into doing this. I'm just here to just plainly share my experience. So with that being said, let's get started with the questions. I think the main question I got is why I did it, and I feel like I just answered that. I just wanted to. I don't think that I necessarily needed it. I think I was pretty confident and happy before I had it. It was just something that I had in the back of my brain since I was young, like 17, 18 years old, that I just kind of said it would be nice to do this. It would, you know, make me happy to do this, but it's not necessarily something I needed, which is why it took me so long to do it in the first place. There was a lot of reasons why I took so long to do it in the first place, but one of the main reasons is that when it came down to it, I was like, well, you know, I don't need it. I'm not necessarily unhappy. It's just something that would be nice. That's kind of where my mind was at when it came to doing this procedure. The opportunity presented itself. I'm able to do it. I'm an adult. I'm able to pay for it comfortably, and I did it. And that is why I did it, you guys. I think that was the #1 question, so just getting it out of the way. I just feel like a lot of people might assume that I don't know this or that I don't know that, and I just want to let you guys know, researching it for 10 years, I think I know pretty much almost about everything about it that there is to know. They also gave me a stack of papers this huge at the doctor's office that I read fully and completely, that listed every single thing possible when it came to risks, when it came to the recovery of this procedure. So yes, I just want to put that out there. You know, I did this without asking for anyone's approval because I wanted to do it, you know what I mean? So I thought I would share with you guys really quick what they look like in a bikini top, because this is the best way to show you without being like naked, I guess. But yeah, this is what they look like. They're pretty hard still. They've started to soften up, like I can move them together, but they're still a little stiff. Like it's gonna be a while before they get jiggly because they are still dropping. So just know that for the first month or so, like month, 2 months, you're gonna have Barbie boobs, okay? Like they're just straight up gonna be Barbie boobs. So just letting you know so it doesn't like freak you out. And it is really scary when you first look at them because they're not gonna look like that at all after they heal. Your nipple is literally down here and it points down. It's like torpedo boobs. So yeah, my nipple has finally started lifting. It's like here now. but I feel like it's gonna go even like a little more higher because I'm still pretty high up right now. Like my implant's still like right here. But when I first got out of surgery, it was like up here. It was crazy. But they have dropped a little bit. Like I said, you're gonna have a bit of Barbie boobs for a little while. That's why they look like this. But when they drop, they're gonna look different, and I will do like a 3-month update for you guys, or like 2-month update. I'm not sure how I'll do it, but I will definitely give you guys updates. This is the side profile. That's how it looks. Yeah, I just wanted you guys to be able to see what they look like, you know, a little bit more clearer. I mean, yeah, they're cute or whatever. They're still a little high up, but they're cute. Before we get into the more like simple questions, there was a lot of questions about the size that I got, the kind of implant that I got, and the price range. So yeah, there's like, how much was it? Z Muniz asked this. Isis Ice Cool, sorry girl, I am trying not to butcher your username. Isis Ice Cool asked the price range. Okay. Z Muniz also asked if I got silicone or saline. So I just feel like I'm gonna get these kind of commonly asked questions out of the way. So I got 400cc high profile saline, and the price range for mine was around $5,000. I live in Texas, so I feel like in Texas these surgeries are considerably cheaper. I have seen girls in California, in the New York area, and even other states paying like $8,000 to $10,000 for a breast augmentation. But yeah, I guess Texas is just a little cheaper in the augmentation area. Also, the doctor that I used is local, and I think that there's just it's not very competitive here. Like there's not a lot of plastic surgeons here for the price to be competitive. So I think that's another reason why it was considerably more inexpensive than other places I've seen. Also, this doctor, he has been in the industry, like he has been doing this forever. He was the first board certified plastic surgeon in our area, and I have 3 other friends that went to him that look amazing, and that is why I went with him, because I like the job he did on them. Zoomed me in, but I ran out of memory card space, and I went and deleted stuff, and I think it zoomed me in a little bit. I don't know how or why that happened, but sorry if now I'm a little zoomed in. But anyway, yeah, I went with this doctor because 3 of my other friends went to him. His name is Dr. Bartlett, Dr. Sylvan Bartlett, in the West Texas area. He does prefer doing saline procedures, but it's what I wanted anyway, so that's why I went with him. There's reasons why I wanted saline. I know these silicone gummy bear implants are very popular now, and a lot of people like to get those rather than like saline because they say it looks and feels more natural. I personally felt, yes, I felt my friend's boobs, okay? I have friends that have the gummy bear implants, and then I have friends that have saline, and I genuinely did not feel a difference, in my opinion. Like, I did not feel a difference. I don't know if it's because of the doctor I went to. He does operate underneath 2 pectoral layers of pectoral muscle, so it prevents the rippling, and it prevents them from feeling too like balloony, I guess is the right term, because that's what people claim saline feels like, I guess. But I personally went underneath the 2 layers of pectoral muscle, and my friends did as well, because obviously they went to the same doctor who does the same procedure on everybody. Yeah, he basically operates underneath 2 layers of muscle on everybody, which does make the pain a little more painful, I feel like, for the first day, because I know there's girls who literally leave their breast augmentation and they are walking around doing things like normal, like nothing happened, and that was not the case for me, but I was expecting it. And I also did not feel the pain was that much, but we're gonna get into that in a minute. So yeah, I got 400 cc's. I was previously a 5A cup small 34B, but maybe Victoria's Secret just runs small, because I was a 34B in Victoria's Secret, but I could be a 34A in other brands like Aerie or like random like Ross or Marshall's bras. But in Juicy Couture bras, I was also a 34B, so I'm not sure. I feel like just the cup size and all of that, every place is different. But I did read my paperwork, and he measured my current breast size as 285cc, I believe. So I don't know if that's helpful at all, but yeah, I'll just put that out there in case you're wondering, because they do measure you. My body width, which I know is important to a lot of people, I think was 12.5 body width, but I honestly, it's kind of blurry in my mind. I don't know if it was 12.5 or 13, because he did say it at the appointment, but I don't really remember it too well, to be honest. But yeah, and also what else? Oh yeah, and the incision that I got is underneath the boob. I think they call it not even gonna try. Yeah, I got the cut underneath, and my incision is literally an inch. It's so small. But when you get saline, this is another reason I wanted saline. Because it is still the safest implant you can get out there. Like, I know the gummy bear implants are very popular. They are way safer than the silicone that the FDA took off the market now, but I still just wanted whatever's the safest out there. And I like the fact that if one of my implants ruptures, I will know right away, because it will literally deflate. Like, I will know right away so that I can go get it fixed, as to where with the gummy bear ones, if it ruptures, you may not find out for a long time until you actually get it checked, or actually start having symptoms of it rupturing, or side effects of it rupturing, or having deformities. Like, I don't really want to have to, I guess, for me, I just didn't really want to do that, because this is the first thing I've ever done to myself, aside from lip filler, that it was a little scary. That's why it took a little bit, because I've never gone under the knife for anything at all, not even like a health operation. I've never been operated on, period. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure that what I'm gonna put in my body is the safest thing I can put in my body for what it is, because it's still a foreign object in your body. So yeah, and I just wanted to know that, like, if it ruptures, you know, the saline is going to be just absorbed by the body. I'll know that it's ruptured, and I'll be able to go and fix it, and I don't have to you know, I guess go get MRIs every year, like the gummy bear ones. The FDA recommends to get an MRI every year. I know there's girls who just don't do that. Like, it's obviously optional. You don't have to. It's just something they recommend. And I just wanted to make sure that I picked something that I was comfortable with. I feel like the kind of implant you get is just a very personal choice. For me, this is what I was comfortable with. I know everyone has their opinion. Let me tell you, I've read it, I've heard it, I've seen it, and I went with this knowing every single thing on the table, and that's just what I chose, because that's what I felt comfortable with, and that's what I wanted. And because based off of the doctor I went to, he does beautiful saline implant jobs, and that's what I wanted. So who knows in the future if I'll switch to the gummy bear implants. Who knows what will happen. Never say never. But for now, I chose saline, and I'm happy with my choice, and I'm loving how they're looking. This is literally like no bra. I'm just wearing pasties. I actually am not allowed to wear a bra for like 3 more weeks because of the way that my doctor works. He doesn't do too much of the compression garments. I just have to wear one that goes across here, but that's it. Every doctor is different. Every doctor is going to have a different recovery procedure, different recovery recommendations. I just recommend you follow whatever your doctor tells you, because that's what you should do. So that is the price, the kind of implants that I got. Oh, and they were also round. Pain level 1 through 10. I'm gonna say about a 5. I feel like the only really painful day was the first day, and I can't even remember it because I was so like drugged up from the local anesthesia. I was out of it. I was on pain medication. I was on Ativan, which is anxiety medication. So I honestly, like, I remember it was sort of painful, but I feel like it was more discomfort than pain. is the best way that I can explain it. I was also prescribed muscle relaxers, by the way, and those are godsend. The muscle relaxers really help the pain. So I think even more than the pain medication, which is crazy. But yeah, I think the pain level was about a 5. I honestly, genuinely would do it again. I didn't think it was that bad. I feel like I thought it was going to be so much worse because one of my friends that went to this doctor said she was like in burning, like excruciating pain for the first night. So I was expecting that, and I was not in any kind of pain close to that whatsoever. So I think it just varies from person to person. You can't really know until you do it, because every person has a different pain tolerance, and everybody's body, health, diet, and health family history is different. So you really will not know. I feel like I have a pretty high pain tolerance. I'm a very clumsy person, so I'm always kind of, nicking and knacking myself, and I'm kind of used to that, so I feel like that might have a little something to do with it. The most painful part about the entire thing was when I went in, they injected me, I think it was muscle relaxer, like the very first thing they injected me before the anesthesia. They went around my chest and injected. Like, it was a tolerable pain, but it was painful. You know what I mean? It's pretty thick needles going in your chest like 6 times, so it's like, but after that, you're chilling. Like, it's not bad at all. By the way, I'm gonna go ahead and answer this because I feel like this will be another question I'm about to see, but I'm gonna go ahead and answer it. But I chose to do local anesthesia, not general. So I did an awake breast augmentation. Yes, I know it's gonna sound so creepy. You're gonna be like, what the heck, that's so creepy. But like I told you guys, I don't have a low pain tolerance, and also there's no pain because they numb everything. Literally everything is numb. Like, you don't feel anything but pressure. And basically it's the twilight, and they give you twilight anesthesia is what I've seen it called. My office where I went, they didn't call it that. They just called it local anesthesia. But they give you the laughing gas that say they give you when you get a wisdom teeth pulled out. They give you that, and then the local anesthesia around your chest. So the reason why I chose to do it this way is because it really freaks me out to be put under. I've never been put under before for absolutely anything, but I have had local anesthesia for my veneers. So I have had numbing for my lip filler. So to me, that just seemed more safe and familiar than being put under, because to me, it's a little freaky that they kind of kill you for an hour or two. I don't know. It's just me. I feel like everybody is different. Everybody looks at surgery differently. Some people are like, nope, just put me to sleep. And that I totally respect that, and I can see why people do that. But just me personally, I have anxiety kind of. So I just would rather be awake and know what's happening. I don't know why, but that is how I am. And I'm not like I don't have a weak stomach. Like, I literally watch so many surgery videos of girls being cut open. Like, I'd rather know what I'm getting into. I'd rather know the procedure. I'd rather know what's happening. Maybe that's just me and I'm weird. But yeah, I chose local, and I'm glad that the doctor I went to offered local. I don't think I would have gone to somebody who does not offer local anesthesia, to be honest. Any complaints so far? I feel like I'm too early in the recovery process. I'm literally 3 weeks post-op today, and I just don't really... I got my boobs done on Pink Wednesday, by the way. Just thought I'd let you know. But anyway, random fact. But yeah, not so far. I feel like the only thing that I've had pain with is my back, because they did cut my muscle here, my pectoral muscle, which when they do that and it's healing, you're going to be using your back muscle to support the new weight. So it's going to be discomfort on your back for a little while, on your upper back. And that's the only complaint I have, I guess, is that like I cannot like sit with something that doesn't have support on my back for very long, like for more than an hour. My back starts just killing me. And once that muscle starts to heal, that back pain will go away, because I didn't get like huge boobs like for me to have back pain like that. They told me that I shouldn't really have any back pain because the size I went with is a really good size for my back. That was the whole experience. And what did your fiance and family think when you told them? So I guess I kind of told you guys my experience. I feel like it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be, and I don't regret it, and I would do it again. My fiance, like, he's very supportive. He just wants me to do what makes me happy. I don't really think he cares whether I do it or I don't do it. Like, Manny's just not really like that. He's really chill. He's like my best friend, and he's happy for me if I do what makes me happy, I guess. I mean, you guys have seen this pattern over and over. Like, I love pink, and he's not very judgmental about that at all. Like, he's very he's a very chill guy. Like, he's simple. He wants to be loved. He wants to have warm food. He wants to have a clean bed. Like, he wants to have nice sheets, and he likes to be comfortable, but he's very simple about everything else, literally. And he's just super supportive of me and what I do. I mean, he met me this way. Like, he met me as I am, with all my pink obsession and everything. So he knew what he's getting into, and he knows that I'm also very, like, independent in a sense. Like I definitely, like, in a relationship, I'm very like lovey-dovey. Like, I love that he's so lovey-dovey and very I guess attentive with me. But in certain aspects of my life, like career-wise and stuff like that, I feel like I'm pretty independent in those aspects. Like, I do like to make my own money. I like to have a job. I like to do things. So yeah, he's always been very supportive about that, and very supportive of the fact that I like to make my own decisions and things like that. So yeah. My family did not really care. My mom was like, I want some. My mom came and helped us. Manny took care of me obviously after, but my mom came and, like, she would make food for us and stuff as well. And she helped out a lot. So yeah, my family was pretty supportive. Nobody really was like, no, don't do it. Like, no, like, people were just like, yeah, if it makes you happy, go for it, girl. Okay, so someone asked how much was your procedure so I can start saving. I already answered that one. They look amazing. It's amazing how one small change can make us so much happier. Yes, that's so true. I feel like when you do what makes you happy, and you do what you want, and you glow up in whatever way you want, and you just are so much happier when you just stop caring what everyone else thinks, and you just do things for you, and you do the things you want to do, and you just don't care anymore. I feel like that is so liberating. It's such a liberating way to feel, more so than anything, because doing something like this is something that a lot of people judge and scrutinize. And I feel like it's so liberating to just not care what anybody thinks of it. You know what I mean? And it makes me so happy that I was able to accomplish something I've wanted for so long. And I think that's what makes me the happiest, is that I am comfortable with doing the things I want to do without needing the approval of others. And I think that's what makes me the happiest. And obviously how amazing they look is an added plus, and it's also something I wanted forever. And it does make me feel so much more confident wearing different clothes and shopping for clothes. Like, it definitely is a game changer. So again, like, something like this is not all that's important in life. I just want to put that out there first. Thing is, if you are unhappy in other areas of your life, like emotionally, mentally, etc., a pair of boobs is not going to make you happier in those areas, if that makes sense. You have to already be happy in those areas. Yeah, I feel like physical happiness, like materialistic happiness, I guess, like it's not the same as being like emotionally happy and like mentally happy. Like, you just can't combine the two. I don't know, that's how I've always felt. Like, you have to be happy in those areas separately. How was your experience? You are incredibly honest and amazing, and stay blessed, dear. Thank you so much. So that's why we're doing this video, to tell you guys all about it. Where did I go? Okay, I already answered that. I already answered what size I got. How are your cuts? So my cuts, I guess I could just skip past this if you don't want to see, but I'll show you. Like, these are my cuts. They're really tiny. Like, this tape is going way longer because I cut it longer, but like, this is how big the incision is. It's literally about an inch and maybe an inch and a half. They're dropping a little different, but you can't tell that much. Like, I feel like one of them's dropping a little faster, probably this. I think it's this one. I don't know. It's hard for me to see in the viewfinder, but yeah, so that's why one of the incisions looks a little lower right now, but once they both drop, it's too early to see results, like full results, because you don't see full results for like 3 months. But they have started to drop, and the incision is healed now, pretty much. Well, not fully healed, but it's closed now. Are you feeling good? Are you satisfied? You look stunning, girl. Yes, yes, and thank you. Somebody asked, has it made a big difference during your workouts? Is it more difficult? So I'm actually not allowed to work out until I'm 6 weeks post-op. I can start doing like light cardio now at 3 weeks and like light leg workouts that don't use the upper body, but I can't actually work out with my chest involved for another 3 weeks. So I don't know yet. Should mention, I mean, I can insert a before and after picture here of what I look like, but I feel like you guys know what I look like. Like, I definitely didn't have this, girl. Like, I was just very, very flat. I had to wear a very bombshell Victoria's Secret push-up bra to look like I had any cleavage before. I had breast tissue, like some breast tissue, but I had very perky little boobs, and my breast tissue was like a very small amount. I was an A cup, so you can imagine you can imagine I just had small perky boobs, which I loved. They were cute and everything, but we got the upgrade now. I'm gonna just kind of like give you guys a side profile. I feel like this is something that is very, very important when you get a breast augmentation, is that you when you pick your size, you look at the side profile so that you can see how proportionate they're going to be with your body. Because I didn't want to be very top heavy. Like, I didn't want it to be like really, really big and then like not match my butt. So yeah, I guess I should show you guys a little further away what that looks like. Let me move this chair. Basically, this is my side profile. So I don't have like super big, but from the front, they look bigger, I feel like. And I think that's the high profile. But of course, they haven't dropped fully. So we also cannot tell the full results right now. But yeah. So another thing I guess I should mention is that I did vlog the day before my surgery and the day of my surgery. And I vlogged some a little bit, like some clips after. It was very hard to vlog being on painkillers, I'm not even gonna lie. The last thing on my mind was picking up the camera. Yeah, I did vlog though, and I am going to post that, and hopefully you guys can see like everything I did to prepare and like how I was feeling and just like everything. I know a lot of you guys want me to share more about my experience, and I think the main question I had when I was looking at these kinds of like experience videos is I was looking at people who did awake breast augmentations and what their experience in surgery was like. A lot of people don't remember their surgery because they're on just so much like local anesthesia and then so much of that gas that you just don't really remember. For me, it's very blurry, it's very spotty in my head. I remember a few things. I remember that well, one of the reasons why I wanted local is because if he hit a nerve, I could tell him so that he could save it. Because when they hit too many nerves when you're asleep, they don't know that they're hitting those nerves. And then you could lose feeling in your nipples, or like it can affect your breastfeeding in the future. So that was very important to me, as I don't have kids yet, to save those nerves and like to still keep the feeling in that area. And yes, I do still have feeling. I have not been numb at all. No days have been numb. I had feeling straight out of surgery, so I'm so happy about that. But I think it is because during the surgery, he hit a nerve, and he told me what it would feel like. It's like a pinching feeling when they hit a nerve. And I told him that I felt that pinching feeling, and he was like, okay, that's a nerve, and he saved it. And I remember that. I also remember when they were pumping the saline in my implant. This is so weird to even tell you guys on YouTube for everybody to know. But yeah, I remember them pumping it, and it literally felt like a balloon was blowing up on my chest. You cannot see. They put a curtain here, so you can't see anything at all, nothing. And I just remember the girl kept asking me if I was good constantly, which she was so good. Like the girl who did the anesthesia, she was so good. She watched over me the entire time, and she was like, are you okay? Are you good? How are you feeling? And I remember I would answer her, but it was very like short answers, like yeah. She'd be, are you good? I'm like, yeah. But that's all I remember. I do remember feeling they also put a warm blanket on my legs so that I wouldn't get cold. And that's it. I don't remember when they cut me. I didn't feel that. I didn't feel honestly anything. Like, I felt pressure, and that's about it. And I don't remember the rest. So that's that. The next thing that I remember after surgery is I came out and they weighed me again, and I remember the number on the scale was 135, and because I had walked in at 125, and I thought it was crazy how like an hour ago before the surgery I weighed 125 pounds, and then an hour later I weighed 135 pounds. It's so crazy, but it's just all the stuff they inject in you, like all the local anesthesia, all the pain medication that has you bloated and constipated, like just all of that adds those 10 pounds. You cannot see, they put a curtain here so you can't see anything at all, nothing. And I just remember the girl kept asking me if I was good constantly, which she was so good. Like the girl who did the anesthesia, she was so good. She watched over me the entire time. And she was like, "Are you okay? Are you good? How are you feeling?" And I remember I would answer her, but it was very like short answers, like, yeah. She'd be, "Are you good?" I'm like, "Yeah." But that's all I remember. I do remember feeling they also put a warm blanket on my legs so that I wouldn't get cold. And that's it. I don't remember when they cut me. I didn't feel that. I didn't feel honestly anything. Like, I felt pressure, and that's about it. And I don't remember the rest. So that's that. The next thing that I remember after surgery is I came out and they weighed me again, and I remember the number on the scale was 135, and because I had walked in at 125, and I thought it was crazy how like an hour ago before the surgery I weighed 125 pounds, and then an hour later I weighed 135 pounds. It's so crazy, but it's just all the stuff they inject in you, like all the local anesthesia, and you do lose them afterwards. I was very curious about that, and I literally looked pregnant for a week after my surgery. I was so bloated, and it hurt. It didn't hurt, it was uncomfortable. Like how bloated I was, it was just so uncomfortable. So I took Metamucil fiber gummies to try to help, you know, the constipation and the bloatedness, but you can't have any herbs or teas, or at least they told me not to. So I couldn't do my normal chamomile tea I drink when I feel bloated. So it was just kind of like, okay, I guess I just have to be bloated. But yeah, it did go away, and I'm back to my normal weight now. It only took 2.5 weeks. But yeah, the whole first week I looked pregnant from how bloated that I was. It was so crazy, but I knew it was gonna go away, so I wasn't like upset about it, but I definitely noticed it, and it was definitely uncomfortable. That's the next thing I remember is a scale, and then they wheeled me out in a wheelchair, and I don't remember half of that. I just remember asking the girl if anyone had ever like just walked out. She's like, "No, it's not safe for anyone to just walk out." And now I know why, because like you're so out of it, like you hardly even remember anything. I came home the same day, and I slept most of the time, to be honest. In between eating, I slept and slept and slept. At nighttime is when it got the most painful, I feel like, but it wasn't a intolerable pain. It was like a discomforting pain, where I couldn't get comfortable because I'm a side sleeper, and I've had to sleep on my back now. I'm still sleeping on my back, and I've finally got used to it a week ago, where I'm like not in pain anymore when I wake up. I would wake up so sore just from like not being able to get comfortable, literally just sleeping most of the time. You're knocking out from like how you're so tired that at the end of the day, like sleeping on your back, it's like the last thing on your mind, because you just need rest to heal your body. But it is uncomfortable for a little while, but you do get used to it. And now I don't even know if I'll go back to sleeping on my side, to be honest, because I've already found comfortable ways to sleep on my back. But yeah, I think that's pretty much the only thing. Like, it's just the discomfort of like changing how you sleep, and the new added weight, which now I feel like I don't even feel them there. I forget they're there half the time. Like So if you're considering doing something like this, don't let me be the one to influence you to do it. Like, if you were already thinking about it and you want information, I'm here for you, girl. But yes, it is a very big thing to do. You don't need it. First of all, let me be the one to remind you, you don't need it, and nobody does. But if it's something you want to do for yourself and it's going to make you happy and you're already thinking about doing it, I would love to answer all your questions. And honestly, the main thing is just have somebody there to be with you the first 2 or 3 days, because you're not going to be able to do anything by yourself. Manny had to give me a shower. Like, he had to shower me, like scrub my head, because your arms are like right here. Like, you're like T-Rex for like the first week. So if you can have somebody there the first 2 or 3 days, you are good. I stopped my pain medication after 2 days, and I stopped my muscle relaxers after 5 days. And then I was just on Tylenol for like another 4 or 5 days. Actually less than that. I think it was 3 or 4 days. And then I stopped taking all medications. So that was that's just my experience and how it went for me. It's going to be different for everybody, but hopefully this was a helpful video. If you are thinking about doing this, is something you're already considering, I hope that it helped. I am sorry if I didn't get to all your questions. This video is already getting pretty long, so I could do a part 2 if you guys want me to. Another like Q&A on this same thing if you guys would like. I feel like I did cover most of it though. I'm going to put my measurements, all the information down below. Because I know a lot of people like to know like the measurements of the person and the size they got and stuff like that. Although I'm gonna tell you, sizing on implants looks very different on everybody, so I don't feel like you should be looking at anybody else, but I know I did. I honestly did look up other people with 400cc size implants. I really did. So I understand you, girl, but mine look very different on me than all the pictures that I saw online. So I'm just gonna tell you right now, it's gonna look very, very different on everybody. The best thing that you can trust is the sizers at the doctor's office, because the exact same way my profile looked on the side at the doctor's office, that's exactly how my profile looks now. So it's pretty accurate, honestly. If you have any other questions about my experience, just let me know in the comment section down below. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go because my camera's dying. I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.